Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of 4400 Season 1, Episode 12. If you were new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows as well as scripted shows. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. Yeah, I'm upset because next week is the season finale, and I am hoping that they bring this show back. I am enjoying it. I am like this is side note. I just don't like all the violence towards the 4400 was like in the original one. Like it was some people coming after them for a while, but it wasn't like this. And I guess now we have like social media, and you can things spread faster. So maybe that's just it. But yeah, let's get into it. Mildred, she's sitting there minding her business. It's at the wedding reception, and she had already just saved the cake from falling. So she's like, "Oh snap, my powers is back." So she's, we're not doing this again. We went through this on Monday when I was trying to do Salt Lake City review. My voice, I refuse to let you go out like it. So as she's testing out her powers, Logan comes running in, talking about something. The Rev is hurt. Okay, babe. So they run in there and the Rev's body is gone. Now Logan, he's like, no, for real, bro. When I came in here, he was laying on the ground, blood on the ground. There was a knife. I touched him like, hey, Rev, is you all right? And then I ran there to y'all, but I come back and he's gone. They assume since Manny hasn't been seen that he is missing. It's like somebody did something to him as well. Now everybody looking at Mildred like, you got your powers back and you came back here to start some mess. And she was like, I was there with y'all. But it's like, you know how your powers work, girl. We seen how your powers work. But I'm like, if that was the case, she wouldn't have doggone jumped up her. I did this for my sister when she flung old dude out the window. So now they like looking at her sideways. The bride was looking at her sideways. Hayden was looking at her sideways because he had a vision that she was gonna come into the hotel with some people and cause some mess. But I'm like, this sound like some That's So Raven. Like you see the vision, but doggone when it comes down to it, it is something completely different. Which side note, how did like after the first two times I had a vision and I thought it was one thing and it turned out to be something else, maybe I would just sit back and watch instead of doing something because all her visions like, oh snap, that's what it was. And that's where it seemed like it's coming forward with Hayden. Like they looking at her all sideways and everything else. But we do get a little backstory of Mildred and her sister Millicent. They was like raised on in this cult, like I don't want to call it a cult, but it was cult adjacent. They mama had left them there when they was 8 years old, and they was like basically told that the outside world is nothing but evil and drugs, and we don't need to be in the outside world. There's nothing but evil and all that other stuff. And her sister was like, if we supposed to be all zen and everything, why can't go into the outside world to, get some of this zenith on everyone else? Now, I don't know if I'm wrong, and I did not look this up, but it looked like Caleb, the cult-like leader, was old dude from like the original 4400 who had the power to like save people and like make them sick all in one. Like he can like save you and he can make you sick. That's who Caleb looked like. I did not exactly look on his IMBD or the 4400 IMBD, but that looked like him. But yeah, where we at? So the anti 44 had went over to Claudia's place looking for trouble, bust out her windows, and like here for basically this is for Mildred. She showed Mildred it is a bracelet that was her sister's. Like, okay, they have my sister. I need to go help my sister. Turns out the sister is basically the leader of the anti 4400. I was like, how does that work? Now LaDonna and Mildred are being captured while they were trying to save this girl. And I'm like, see, yeah, this is some messed up stuff. Like I'm trying to figure out how are you a leader of the anti 4400 when you were a 4400. But anyways, since Shanice has her powers back, she agrees to like look into Logan's memories. She really this is the power that she just don't want to have, but like she needs to find out what is going on. And she thinks that Isaiah was taken up in the green light in her vision. Now, me, what I took it is that Logan got taken up because like they showed him running in there like, oh, Rev, what's going on? Trying to get him, and he running out, and it looked like he stopped, like a green light happened, and he stopped. And then he went, like the green light flashed, and he came back to, and she thought that was Isaiah being taken up in the green light again. I thought it was Logan being taken for like a second and then returning. So tell me what y'all believe. But like Andra was like, I don't, looking at the crime scene, whoever took him didn't drag him away because there would be like, blood being drug on the floor. And that just wasn't it. Yeah. But I did think Logan had got like zapped up or whatever it is they do to them. So y'all, Mildred and Millicent have reversed roles, because when they was in the cult, like, community that they was in, Mildred was all like, yes, we need to be here, the outside world, it is so cruel, it's so hateful, we need to be there. And Millicent was like, maybe we should go out there and explore the world, shed some love to the world, and this, that, and the third. And now Millicent is like, Caleb was the best thing since sliced bread. These people, they don't want to hurt us. I was like, House Way, they not gonna, bashed up the bar that Claudette be working at. They doggone was mean to the 4400 when they was working at the hotel, and they are even meaner now that they getting paid to like round them up and spread lies about them, but they here to help y'all. Don't make no sense at all. Well, we find out that Millicent and Mildred was gonna run away and be out into the world, and Mildred snitched and told Caleb that, hey, look at here. She was gonna slip out. I went and told him, and he didn't doggone caught them when they was leaving. I'm like, see, when a place is trying to keep you somewhere and not let you leave, that's not the place that you need to be at. Now, let me put this: if you in a mental hospital, then maybe you need to be there. But like, if we just out in the world and we living in this community, and you don't want me to go out somewhere, I'm gonna wonder why. But anyways, that's what happened. Mildred, she ended up getting like taken like a year later, I think. And then Millicent got taken like 2 years after that or something like that. And when she came back, she got to talking to old dude that was in the hospital, and she agreed with his way of thinking. Basically, she went from being under control of Caleb and his cult like, community to being under control of old dude that Mildred had thrown out the window. So now she's thinking about, no, they're not here to hurt us. You need to be thinking differently and this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay. But I'm still trying to figure out, how are you 4400, the leader of an anti 4400 group? Just trying to figure that out. And I wonder what her power is. So the anti 4400 group, mainly old dude who just can't stand him. I don't know his name, but like, y'all know who I'm talking about. He lied and said that Claudette had like physically assaulted somebody in the government, which is an automatic. You going over here to this place that is worse than that hospital, which name I cannot pronounce. It. He said Ipsy. I think it's Ipsy. That is way worse than the experiments that they doing on the people at the Ipsy hospital. So Claudette, like, what's his name? Steve. He been working with the anti 4400, but he was like, you know what? This ain't right. I'm doing the exact thing to people what the people did to my family and my family store. And he went and told Claudette then what went down and how they lied and got the paperwork together, and they're gonna round her up. So Claudette and the group that she been working with, to get themselves together to fight back, they booby trapped her house. And when them doggone guards came up in there, boom, booby trapped the place. I say, see, that's what y'all get. And Claudia and her crew went over there to help LaDonna and Mildred. But it's like, where your sister at? She was like, girl, it's a long story, but my sister, she anti 4400, so leave that heifer where she at. She didn't say that, but that was like where we was getting off. But this is when I was getting scared because Hayden had this vision that Mildred was gonna come back with doggone some people with guns and all that stuff and storm the hotel. Which that's what's happening, but those are 4,400 people that were coming to the help to the hotel to help fight against Stance at 4,400. He just don't know that, so I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want nobody hurt in the crossfire that we like. Now, if it's one of them anti 4,400, like a extra that we don't know about, that person they can go. But like the 4,400, we don't want nothing to happen to them. We don't want nothing to happen to Logan neither. I'm scared for Andre because he didn't hop in some random car so he can get some information about what's going on with them. I'm worried about him. It's just a lot. Then like Manny confesses to Jarrell that he wasn't sent to 2021. He was sent to 2062 and he found out some things and he has been sent back so he can right some wrongs. Like I went to the future. I seen what happened once you know the 4,400 returned and how the world happened. I just was like ahead. There we go. There, that's a whole lot better. He's seen what it was like, and he's like, what it was like in the past for the 4,400. So they was like, okay, we're gonna send you back there so you can change some things. So I'm like, that sounds good and all, but it always brings me back to the future when you change things in the past, how that's gonna change the future. Yeah, and they did that on the episode of Family Matters when Carl he put a little note of some some things and companies he should be investing in, and he made a lot of money. But then making a lot of money, him and Harriet didn't have no children. Yeah. So yeah, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so I'm able to put Facebook to a video. You can click on it, you can like and share with your people, and you can come up and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.